Today's the day, guys. We're going to be changing that out for this bad boy. And I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Step-by-step procedure.
Now keep in mind that mine is on a 9th generation Honda Accord. All of the cars are going to be a little bit different to put in those Apple CarPlay monitors, but they're relatively the same thing, just different trim panels that you got to pull on the inside, which is what we're going to start right now. First, we taking off these panels. Get this out the way. Don't need that. It's not the best start, but now we're making progress. There we go. Easy money. I'm thinking about laying tint over these. Comment, tell me what you guys think. I was gonna plasti dip them, but I left those products at my parents' house. I might pick them up, but today I could tint them, so I might just do that.
There we go. Donezo. Next, we're gonna take off this. They give you the tiniest little screwdriver. Okay, I might go get my own here. Let's see. Oh, they're really not that tight. That's why. It's really not that deep. Okay, you're keeping retarded. The last thread that you're on, I guess. Okay, there we go. Put them in our cup holder so we don't lose them. And why am I not all the way in here comfortably yet? Another one bites dust. All right, now it says that we should be able to pull this out. Yep, we'll clean that up, yeah. Definitely gonna have to clean that. It'll be the only time it ever gets seen, as well as in there. All right, good shit, good shit. Unscrew the 2 screws to the top of the radio. Wait, hold on.
Above that, right here. Are those them? Maybe from the other side, it's easier to see. Or it's literally these 2 right in front of me. But those hold a bunch of, there's 3 of them too. It looks different. Is this popping in? I gotta get better tools, this is not gonna work. It's a 10 millimeter, and I don't have the strength to get it in my hand still. And there's not enough space for a ratchet to get in there. There we go. Boom, baby! We did it! We did it! Just had to break that torque. There's nothing. Oh, saw it? There you go. There we go, one down. One to go. Oh, we're about to get it. We're home free. We should be home free. Feels like it. These wires are always in the way. There we go. Make it so hard to tell if you're on there or not. You really gotta get in here and get eyes on the bolt that you're taking it off. And then put a finger on it. That way it doesn't fall and you lose it. Oh, we did it. after really hurting myself.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. I'm happy that's over though. Shit. Don't need to put it in that tight. That's for damn sure. For damn sure. Okay. Now we can take out this head unit after I pop.
Yeah, the top. Start on the top, guys. Definitely. It won't tell you that in your instructions. I fucked this up. So, when you guys pull this off, just pop open the trim panel. I got ahead of myself. There's this plastic hose that goes onto the electrical connector. It is almost impossible to put back on. Ouch. Because of how tight it was. But I think I got it. I think we're good. I think I did it by opening up this panel and giving me a little bit of access room. There's no light. Oh, yeah. Of course. Oh, there you go. Yes. Yeah, it's on there. One more. Oop. For good measure. Okay. I think I'm good to go now. Okay. Clip this back on. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, alright, let's double check, you know? I want to make sure it's hard to tell.
I'm all excited. Now this top panel is the next one, but maybe. Okay. So start on the side corner, as you saw it helped me out. And take your time when you take these off. Because it doesn't take much to break it. Once it's broke, it ain't the same ever again. Alright, I think we're in business. And there's another 2 screws further in here to the back of the radio. It feels like this is just like hardwired in. Yeah, it feels like it's wired in. Alright, we're looking at it now again and see what we need. Holy cow. Oh, I see the connection on that guy. Where's the push pipe?
There we go. Okay, so on the back of it, there's just a little button that you push down on, and you have to pull it properly to get this guy out. Now, let's see what we see underneath in here. There's going to be 2 more screws. It'd be little, probably, since this is what they gave me in the box.
back, get deep up in there to even see them. They give you this to take them out. That's not gonna do nothing. Grab yourself a 5/16 and a ratchet, save the day. I just couldn't find an extension for the longest time, and then it clicked. I was like, oh yes, I have one in my bag. All right, we're on to the next step. We're gonna pull this thing out.
Or so they say. What else? More. Liars! Liars, I say. There. See, you just gotta believe in yourself sometimes, but it's not coming up the bottom part still. I wonder if I should take this down here. Yeah. Oh, pro tip, guys, okay? Yep. Take this guy to pop the radio off of the bottom. Okay. Oh, it's gotta be longer than that. Oh. First thing, the blinker or the hazard lights clip needs to come off. I'm always slow and methodical on figuring out how these little clips work so that you don't break them. Because if you break them, you're in for a bad day. Okay. Oh, okay, I see. Same type of thing, they just look different. Okay. Most of them have a button that you push down and pull out. But here we go, we got her out. Now we gotta disconnect some components off of it to put onto that boy. So I'm gonna get us out of the car and we'll go work on this at the table. So
Here you see we have all our open lines. This is the one I was talking about. It's locked down like this. And you have to push this button. You have to push that button to rotate it. It's one of the craziest ones I've ever seen. Okay, so we're checking back in a week later. I had to return the other screen. It was meant for my car, a 2014 2.4 liter Honda Accord, but they put a 2.0 liter radio and backup camera stuff in my vehicle, so that one didn't make sense. It didn't plug into everything. Now we got the right setup, and this one even includes an additional little fan and an extra 1.5 inches of screen. If I didn't have the instructions from the first one, because this one did not come with any instructions, I'd be struggling hard. So I just wanted to show you guys all of the connections real quick. You have a 6-prong, or excuse me, an 8-prong right there. And then you put in your 4-prong adapter, and then your 6-prong USB, and then your 10-prong at the bottom. This is your main 2 connectors. And then obviously you're just gonna connect everything else. Here's the connection. This is for the mic. This is a CAN bus decoder. This is your main multimedia. This one I was like, what is this for? Why don't I have a connection? It's that main piece. It's for the main screen is what I'm determining. So yeah, I'm about to slap it all in, but before you do, don't forget, it's hiding down there, to install your hazard lights again. And then I tucked the GPS thing right in there. But yeah, after you got everything all plugged in besides the one, you should be golden. I'm gonna put it in. So now, unfortunately, they make you change out the camera. You have to use their backup camera. So you're gonna have to figure out how to change that out and wire in the other one. First thing we did was pop off our liner with the little pop-off clips. gain access. Next, we need to take off this chrome trim panel to gain access. There's two 10mm bolts inside there. As you can see, I took one out already. Two little white tabs, one right here. They need to come out. And all I do is pinch them with my fingers and push up. That one's already out. Now that I got those two pins off, this thing slides off nice and easy. Now that I have this off though, do we make it black? Do we black it out? Keep it chrome? Probably gonna keep it chrome. We'll see. I could do carbon fiber. I just got that vinyl too. Now I see that the power for the battery comes through here, so we just need to disconnect this. With these, you always want to be very gentle, but you want to be able to push that down and pull it out. They're always a pain in the butt. The camera is held in by this tab, so we just want to push this in. You don't want it to break. They're really brittle. Oh, good, we're good. And then you just pull her out. Now the fun part is going to be putting in the stupid aftermarket one for no reason. So it does actually look like it's come with a nicer camera than what I have, which would make sense. So I hate this bracket. I'm going to do my very best to take this out and be able to put just this little camera in this, because then we'd be looking fly. Just gotta run that video line all the way through the car. Yeah. Yo, you guys, I am stoked. I figured out how to mirror link this bad boy, and when I go to YouTube and change it to full screen, it works. Yes, sir. And my screen up here works. All I gotta do is install the backup camera, and this joint is on fire. Yes, I'm so happy. I was struggling.
This is another key important spot at the very beginning of the screen when you first come on. It has a settings button right here, and you want to go to default connection, and then whatever you want, mirroring mode first or link mode first. I'm gonna try mirror, so that way in the future it'll be easy.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. I just got it here. You can do wireless mirroring. This is the wired one, and then this is the settings to get to the default connection. I'm gonna say link mode first, and then yeah, that's how you do it. Let's go back, and yep, CarPlay, boom. Now, if I wanted to get back to screen.
Okay, you guys, I've cracked the code for show. It is a safety thing. It has to be, because you can only go to screen mirror if you do it here at the very beginning and choose to pick it right here. And I have to say wired or wireless pairing, preferably. We do the wireless.
Pick your platform and then go about accordingly, which I believe I have everything set up already. So on my phone.
Now, this is the stupid bracket that it came with, which would mean I'd need to either mount it to the trunk of my car or mount it to the bottom of this, which would not work either, because that's where the lights go. So, your boy did some customization. I took the OEM camera holder. I had to cut the wires. I'm going to try to solder them back together and heat shrink them and get the OEM camera back in working order. But your boy got this bad boy to fit by getting some very fine machine headed screws, and then using the little washers. You can't really see them anymore because I also covered it with RTV so that I could fill in the gaps right there so there's not as much water penetration, and also to allow an additional buffer to make this thing as tight as can be. It was difficult because the lines weren't lining up, so I was like, okay, what if I pitched them on the inside, throw a washer on there to press it down, and it did barely work. It barely fit, and so I'm super happy. I'm gonna try to go put this on the car right now, and yeah, wish me luck. Hopefully wiring it through is easy. Let's get it.
Right on. So like I was saying, I've got the camera here. I fed the power cable through the trunk here. You see it dangling. And let's just get this bad boy to clip right back in. Boom. We got a new camera installed. How about that? I wasn't expecting the logo to be on the top, to be honest. I didn't mean to do that. I thought it'd be the other way, but that looks sick. I could tell, at least from the old camera, that this lens is a whole lot bigger and better. So I'm hoping the picture gonna be a lot better too. You would only imagine, right? So let's keep moving on.
On this connection, if you get a little closer, it's hard to see. There's 2 arrows. It looks like the pins would line up no matter what, but you gotta definitely have the arrows connected. It looks like we're gonna have to tap in right now. Reverse lights are actually the 2 silver top lights. So I've unplugged the one on this side, and I'm gonna have to cut and gain access to these black and red wires so that we can splice in. Jeez, terrible camera, there we go. I'm gonna have to cut that up, and there's not very much room to work, but we'll get it done. Here is the Honda OEM camera. I had to cut all of those wires, and I just wanted to show you guys that I resoldered them all, and now I'm about to wrap it in electrical tape and maybe sell it to someone one day. And so the next portion is we're gonna have to take all these little guys out to get this wall off here. These, you just put a screwdriver, something flat, pop it out, slowly pull. This has 2 tabs on the side that you squeeze and then pull out. As you can see, a lot since the last update. I realized I needed to get that completely out of my way so that I get this panel off. I had to take that trim panel off so that I could get these open enough so that I could get into that corner. And then now that I have access in that corner, I've used a very long drill bit since I don't have a long fish rod, and I'm gonna connect it and we're gonna pull her through. And now I have my drill bit here. Just gonna gently pull her through. I preferably want a small wire, but I'll work with what I got. You can see the wire now, and boom, that's how you get power through the trunk of your 2014 Honda Accord without drilling. I also had to take off this panel which covers this area. It was really easy. I snapped it off from right here first. Right up there. It was difficult to do it up there. Now that I still need to run power from this point, I pulled all the slack loose. We need to take off this trim panel, and possibly this trim panel as well. And I'll show you guys how easy it is. Using a tool similar to this. This is literally the worst tool. Much better.
Okay, we're back with Mr. Black.
I just pulled from the back and started coming off easily. You gotta find the weak point, because they're like puzzle pieces. And you don't want to break any of the plastic clip portions. Like it's looking like we're struggling with the end here, there we go. Because then you'll never fit in correctly again. Yeah, that was probably the worst camera footage ever. And before I do it again, let me fix this up though. Just take your little guy and slowly pry. It's all about precision and feel and not strength. I'm just trying to rip it all out of there. This is probably the first time this trim has ever come off of this vehicle, to be honest. And it's 12 years old. Oh, I see. I started having an issue. This trim is connected to this whole portion piece too, but I pretty much just need it like that. I don't need to take it all the way off. Now I've got enough clearance all the way up into the dashboard. I'm going to just slowly look at the center portion here. Making sure to stop if you feel any kinks or anything like that. Any tightness, just let me get resistance.
And see, I'm running it through here. And it's okay, the cord just fell down a little bit. That's why I felt some tension, but you'd rather be safe than sorry. Rip the cord over something silly.
Now that I got all my slack here, it's a little easier because it's just tuck and go. And then once I get through here, it's going to be a little bit harder. I'll have to get in there and really figure something out. What I've been doing is trying to tuck the cable under the weather stripping. That way it stays out of any of the potential pinch zones.
All right, guys, so I did have to pry that open a little bit. But we're through. We're up and in. Now the rest is just getting to the stereo, which should be pretty easy, but it's going to be hard to show on camera. But yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. So I actually just got really lucky and tried something, and I was able to reach it straight up and through. So all I got to do is pull her through, wire the last portions together, and ops check, tidy all that mess. Hells yeah. Thought that was going to be a whole lot harder. I thought I was going to have to pull that panel, maybe this panel again, but we're good. Because I unfortunately do not have any connectors on me, and I want this done now. And the instruction said we can do it like this. That's the rear there you go. I cut off, it took me some time and patience, but cut off a portion so it exposed the wire. I'm going to take this wire and wrap it around it and then electric tape it and be good to go. Just like so. Now let's wrap it. I'm gonna do the same thing to tap into the reverse light in my
So you
trunk.
can see I've located the reverse light, red and black. Red is definitely going to be our positive. And I cut this open to give us a little bit of room to work with. And I'm going to do the same technique, and I'll show you guys when we're done.
Okay, so now I've exposed the copper wire all the way around. Most important thing, make sure you don't have any plastic residue on one spot. And I'm gonna wrap that around it right now.
Different angle, different direction of looping, I should say. Okay, one loop down. 2 loops down. I shouldn't have cut this as long as I did, but I will. And they're more than not enough, right? Alright, 3 loops. I'm pretty good about that. And 4, 5 loops, whatever, 4 or 5. I'm gonna go around again. Alright, not very super pretty, but pretty good. I've always taken off a lot more electrical tape than I've needed to, and the main thing I want to do is get this all tight. Let's get that out of the way. Get that whole bond as tight as you possibly can. And this is really shitty electrical tape, to be honest. I should have been using something better, but that's alright. Sorry for using the words anyway. But see how it's sticky on both sides? It makes it impossible. Well, not impossible because I just did it. Don't get it. And I actually have an idea. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do one more tiny piece. Yeah, as you saw the first time I took too much off. Just one little piece. It's tight. And I can fucking get it. There we go. Alright, now I know it ain't going anywhere. Even if it slid up and down. We're good. That's golden. Now let's find a spot. Probably like right here. Oh, it's the speaker? That's okay. I'll ground right there. See what we'll do. I really just take the wire, maybe put a little bend to it, and get her in there. It'll naturally want to spit the wire out, so keep a visual eye on it and do a little tug test afterwards, but we're good to go. Let's plug this guy in and let's check this business. That's like really in the way now. Okay, yeah, see that's why that separator's there. Lovely. Okay, let's get it.
Oh shit, moment of truth, I still have this. I think I'm gonna leave it down just in case. But let's see. Moment of truth, you guys. It's this guy. It works! It works! I'm surprised it doesn't come up on that screen too, but it works! Now we gotta slap it all back together. That's a whole nother story. Better get on that right now before we lose daylight. So if all I've done is taped up the wires and cleaned it all up, stashed some shit away, got it all going there, and now it's time to tidy up this cabin. All this will be hidden anyways with the cover.
So now I'm just going to work on getting this back in position, which I believe I'm pretty damn close. Maybe slide that out of the way a little bit. Ba-bow. Not so wow. Not so wow, but it's on the other side here. Now it's a bow whatsoever. Oops, see, that's bad. Oh, no, not true. That was pretty easy. Just gotta go ahead of it and make sure that everything is properly aligned and installed. This was always fun. This is our last big fun project failure. I guess since it's not glued in there anymore. Oh, I guess it was way up here, huh? Okay. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I want to make sure that the wires are either clear on the front or the back before I go down to these pinch zones. guys can see, I got the liners tacked on. This one I've written on. This one tacked on. I wanted to share something with you guys. It is
To allow the button to go down until I'm already in, like that, and then that's what secures it. Make sure you save these. These are annoying to replace.
Guys, I messed up. Make sure you put this on before you put the trunk liner on. I totally forgot. For installing the chrome trim piece, there's 2 plastic inserts that connect there, and then there's 2 bolts that we need to put in on each side.